All right. Well, let's take a listen.
Cerberus loyalist. Thank you. Hi, Aunt. I hope you're doing well. Why did you have Gavin fire everyone so nonchalantly? This is a huge question I've been getting for quite some time. And I guess I should answer it now since everyone's here. The talk of a merger between Compound Media and Censored.tv, which is Gavin's joint, was going on for quite a while. Years, literally years. Gavin has been approaching me and we have talked.
When you asked Gavin in the meeting,
how long have you been planning this
takeover?
How
long have you been planning this takeover? What was his answer to you? 6 months. That's what he said.
Is that what he said? I didn't remember.
He said, I asked Anthony like 6 months ago, and then he said he wasn't really interested, so I dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1 month ago, he came to me.
Yeah.
Years?
It's definitely been
years. Are months and years the same now?
Possibly. You know, COVID, time flies. I can't really keep track of time anymore.
Okay, so 2 different stories. I believe his. I believe Anthony.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely. I remember Gavin asking me like a year and a half ago, like if I would move to Greenville or something, if they merge, you know, like they were definitely talking about it at least 2 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
at length about how we would merge the companies, what that would look like, all of it. And my one thing was like, I don't know. I just want to keep this going the way it is. I like everyone I work with. We're all having such a good time. It's not killing me. This is great. I love it.
I loved that era so much. That was us doing whatever we wanted constantly. And we could tell we weren't making a fucking $1 billion because we just didn't have that many shows. All the money we were raking in was from Anthony. So, and we just knew that's how we felt about it. And me and you said so many times, like, yeah, this is his clubhouse where he was paying his friends to hang out. He was paying specifically his buddy Gino, his drinking buddy, paying for him to hang out there.
And Gavin once a week.
Yeah. So, and that was the vibe. And we were all very happy to be there because we all had it was not illicitly said, but we all kind of had this understanding of like, this is a fleet, like this is going to go away at some point because it's too much fun.
It's too good to be true.
This is all too much fun, too good to be true. This is like the best gig anyone's ever had. But yeah.
Then it got to the point where just this past January, my finance guy called me.
Hardcore
and goes, hey, I need 50 grand from, my bank, my personal money, my money.
I didn't know this.
$50,000.
Assume something like this.
I need 50 grand.
He said this in the meeting.
For pay.
He said 50 grand. I remember him saying he needed to pay personally himself for business expenses and to keep everyone paid. And
I
didn't realize the number. I don't remember that.
Yeah. He said it. And like when I was being interviewed or whatever, I didn't want to bring up the number, that he was putting out. But now that he says it, he definitely said that in the meeting because I remember 50 grand. Whew.
Payroll and logistics for Compound Media, bandwidth charges, rent for the studio, everything. I need 50 grand. And then I went, I hate this. I wish it was better, but okay. All right. And we were grossing a shitload of money, as Gavin has pointed out. You probably know that from what Gavin has said. Compound Media was a $1 million a year company. So I'm like, okay, I'll make the transfer into the Compound Media account and 50 grand. You could do that. Because that had happened before. And I'm like, okay, don't care. I'm having a great time. I do shots with fucking Gino at Sullivan's. I love.
So you're spot on.
Can you imagine though? You yourself paying 50 grand to do shots with Gino. I'd pay $50.
Yeah. Gino's a fun guy to do shots with.
I would go to Sullivan's and let Gino pay $5 grand to do shots with him, as I have done. because they would charge him like they were. I've never seen a man just happy to get gouged or get.
I know. Gouged.
Gouged. Like that man does at that fucking
I know.
shitty ass bar.
Stancil tried so hard, and you too, to like get him to go to a different bar, and he just wouldn't do it because I guess proximity.
Yeah, it was right across the street.
It was
the quickest bar, and it was dank, dark, and a dive, and
yeah.
he wants to go where everyone knows his name and hates his name, and wants to fucking rape his wallet. But yeah, like I said, he was paying 50 grand to go hang out and have drinks with Gino.
Wow.
That speaks to the man how funny he is to drink with.
To Gino, yeah.
He's 50,000. He's 50K fun to drink with.
It also speaks to Anthony. Was like the second someone's like, "No, we need 50 grand a year." All right, it's over. Like, why even? Yeah.
Never mind. No, it sounds like he said he paid it before.
Well, keep going.
Oh, okay.
Love walking in and doing Chrissy's show. And we hang out. And Garrett, Drew, Steve, we laugh our balls off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made it. I have a personality.
To me, that was worth $50,000. Until April rolled around of the same year. January, February, March, April.
Oh boy.
And my finance guy goes, I need $50,000. And I go, huh? What? You say Barracuda. People go, huh? What? You say $50,000. So I really had to start reconsidering the Gavin Censored.tv Compound Media merger. Because what the merger would bring, a distribution system that was a fuckload cheaper, redundancy in employees. You know, you got producers and runners and computer people and all that. That would now, you could cut that cost. And I had to do it. There was no other option. And by the way, I was doing the 50 grand thing like that for 2 fucking years. I wasn't just going, uh-oh, my money's coming out of my pocket. Fire these fucking pieces of shit. I wasn't doing that.
It would have been fair. If literally the first time it happened, if he had turned and just said, what? I have to pay 50 grand? Fire these pieces of shit.
Totally.
If he just given us all the Schultz right then and there. Because I'm like, yeah, I know, I get it. Like, why, if you on your own can make money streaming, why would you pay for all this extra shit? Even though it breaks our little hearts and makes us so sad that we can't have a job at the fun company anymore, the Fumpany.
But we were thinking, like, you got rid of Dixon's salary, you got rid of Aaron Berg's salary, you got rid of Bill and Joanne and Jameson and Eastside Dave. It's like, I mean, how much money can we squeeze out of this? And then it just kept going. Jeez. It must have been the
more shows we lost more and more subscribers.
Yeah.
We lost a ton of subscribers during the Heart saga. I don't know if we lost a ton, but we lost. I just remember on Twitter, people constantly saying,
"Oh, totally, yeah."
Now, a lot of that was the same. I would see the same guy writing that he was unsubscribing like every fucking time. So I think a lot of that was bullshit. But it seems like it got worse. Like it seems like
that's right. That probably is what it was. Is the lost subscribers through the Heart thing, and then you don't get them back, and then you can't cover up that money, and then it just like compounds every month.
Compounds Media. The name of the company took an entirely different meaning. I don't want to pay for Compounds Media. I want to pay for Compound Media. Well, all right.
I was paying everybody very well, by the way. I defy you. And by the way, it's not even a thing that I would just say. It's so true. And it was such a good fucking place to work. You could ask any of the people that were fired, and they'll tell you the same thing.
We would.
You think Gas Digital is paying their employees what I was paying people at Compound Media for 10 fucking years? No.
He wasn't.
For 2 years, I was looking at, the red line on the old income bracket, and I kept it going for 2 years. I was hoping something might happen. We might get some heat from something or anything. But it wasn't bothering me because I was having a fucking pisser with these guys. The funnest group of people you'll ever hang out with. Talented, funny, and I love them. But it just got to the point where, look, I'm semi-retired at this point. I got to pay my mortgage. I want to buy things if I want them. I want to live a nice life for the rest of my life. So the idea of shelling out $50,000 every 3 months wasn't conducive with where I was in my life.
That's a big check.
Yeah.
Now, the point you made, and I'm not avoiding the question, why did Gavin fire everybody?
That's I can't wait to hear it, because that is the one thing we're all still just like, yeah, what was that? This easily, even it could have been over Zoom. It didn't even have to be in person. Like, could have just had this exact conversation with us. It would. I know he hates confrontation. He hates awkward situations, but it really wouldn't have been, because we all get it. We all understand. We were lucky to be where we were.
That's the only problem we have.
Like having Gavin speak to us like we're fucking piss ants, especially me and Luby. It was like disgusting. It was the fucking worst way it could happen. And it was like almost to put us in our place. Like, this is what you all are actually worth.
Yeah.
Some other guy's gonna come in and talk to you like you're fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah, that's the only problem I have with it. It was the way it was done. It was like Gavin didn't have any couth, or I don't even know the right word, but yeah, he was just like, he didn't have any connection to us. So it was just like, he was doing business. You're all fired.
And because it was presented as this big meeting, and we'd heard from like E-Rock, like, oh, there's going to be a merger.
Yeah.
We didn't think we were getting fired. We thought we were being, I thought maybe I was getting fired. Because I pictured in my head, I'm like, he's going to take Drew and Garrett to do the 2 shows, and they're going to fucking say, fuck you, Steve. And I was like, all right, I hate that that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. It makes sense, though, so I got to be prepared for that. And then just to open that meeting with not only like, yeah, we're merging, so you're all like his exact wording was, so basically you're all fired and we're shutting it down.
Yeah.
He said it in his little Gavin-y fucking, basically you're all fired and we're shutting it down.
I wasn't thinking about the merger until after I got down here to South Carolina. I'd been up to New York numerous times. I think those guys saw something coming with the firing of other shows and the fact that I was down in South Carolina. I'm not saying, hey, you should have known what was coming. They kind of knew. I've talked to them. I'm not on the outs with these guys. How Gavin turned out to find out, the merger had gone through, and Gavin's company, Censored, was taking over the logistical end of it. I still do my show. I'm a partner in the company. I'm not an employee. But I was not the guy that all of a sudden was in charge of hirings and firings. But I was, because I was here in South Carolina. If I was in New York, I'd have been in the studio when that happened. But I was in South Carolina, and I was on the Zoom meeting when that happened. And Gavin explained to everybody the situation. This is what it is. There was a merger, and some of you people are not going to be employed by this new entity anymore.
0 of the people.
So, yeah, as of now, it's 0 other than
Anthony.
Yeah. But even then, the only one who had gotten an invite to the new job was Gino.
And Chrissy.
But Chrissy wasn't even there.
Yeah.
Chrissy and E-Rock weren't at the meeting. So it was us and Gino. And the only person extended an offer was Gino. So it wasn't some of you. It's all of you but the drunk guy.
There's not, for everyone that gives me shit about it and says, why did you do this? What is that? Why do you leave these guys out? Talk to the actual people involved. Myself, Gavin, Garrett, Drew, Steve, Luby, E-Rock. Talk to them. They won't say anything like you're saying about, oh, you fucked them over. They appreciate, and I.
Hey, you fucked us over. Yeah.
Fucking
He bent us over. He fucked us. He fucked us over.
Then you let Gavin fuck us too.
You and Gavin took turns giving us a fuck. Fuck. No, obviously, I'm still in agreement with what he's saying.
Yeah.
Other than I'm still missing why Gavin had to be the one firing us, other than it was now convenient because the merger went through and he takes care of all this logistical stuff and all these things.
Yeah.
So it's his job to do that. Who am I now to step in front of Gavin and fire you? It's his duty. He has to fire you. I'm not, who am I? But yeah, no, so far it's as we all thought, knew, and he's right. Ask any of us, we'll pretty much say what he said. There's more.
I appreciate that they actually have said this. They appreciate the 10 fucking years of amazing employment, one of a kind job.
It really was
that they had.
There's nowhere in the world, I don't know where to apply where it would be even similar.
Yeah, I can't even think of like a dream scenario or something like.
Amazing freedom to do whatever the fuck you want, and really good money. I was not shortchanging anyone in that fucking place, and they'll be the first ones to tell you that. And by the way, Garrett and Steve and Gino are now doing shows outside of the Compound Media studio because we shut that down.
That's a good part.
And Drew asked me, hey, Anthony, would it be okay if I took a TriCaster, lights, cameras, whatever we need to get their show going? And I was like, of course, take it. So the equipment they're running to do their show on now is my equipment. I didn't ask for a dime. I don't want it back. It's theirs. I gave it to them.
Wait a minute. Hold the phone.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what is your smile about?
I can't wait to see what you're going to say.
Well, I have two things. One,
none of this equipment is his.
Equipment in the Wap's nest.
Except the microphone.
Well, this one microphone. Other than that, all of the equipment in the nest is purchased by me with money given to me by this guy. So I guess in a way he did make this all happen. Technically. But the equipment Drew pilfered in a Schultzian manner was we've used once.
I know.
So that they can do a show. So if you still have a problem with what basic business economics are, if you've never run a business yourself and know everything about mergers and how redundancies work and equipment and all that, then feel free to keep shitting on me or Gavin or anyone else. But if you do know the slightest thing about how business works, you'll understand that, this is part of when a company merges with another company. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah.
So that was good, right? Yeah.